Hey everyone, it's Chelsea Medlock with Savannah Wren Studios, and today for our shadow flow practice, we're going to look at rest as a form of shadow work, particularly regarding trauma responses and our ability to rest and reset. So the focus of this is going to be on what sensations come up when we actively choose to rest our mind, our body, and our spirit? What emotions or thoughts may crawl up from the void to our consciousness as we actively choose to rest? And where those sensations, thoughts, and emotions may reside as trapped energy or trapped trauma within our physical being. So to begin with, this can be viewed as a restorative pose sequence. And so if you'd like, I highly encourage you to use as many props as you'd like. I currently have a blanket and a bolster, but you can always use blankets, pillows, blocks, books, pool noodles, whatever you need to feel comfortable in these actively restorative poses. I'll have us begin by sitting on our mat in easy pose. With our hands on our lap as we either soften our gaze or close our eyes, turning our attention inward, focusing on our breath. Feeling our breath as it moves in through our nose, down through our chest, into our abdomen, and then as it returns to the space around us, making sure that we have a nice, straight, neutral spine, using whatever props we need to lift our hips, noticing if our breath is slow and deep or if it's shallow and rapid. All forms of breath are valid on the spectrum. Draw your attention to your heartbeat, noticing how your heart rate sinks to the pace of your breath. Mindfully aware of any changes in your heartbeat and your breath. As you continue through your practice. Moving your attention down through your body toward your tailbone in your seat, allowing yourself to connect with the earth underneath you. Feeling the solid structures and foundations supporting you. Tapping into that stability and strength. And slowly drawing that strength and stability and foundations up through your root chakra, through your sacral, into your solar plexus, and allowing it to settle into your heart chakra, allowing the energy to radiate out from your center upwards toward your crown chakra and your connection to the universe and the divine, as well as back down toward the root chakra, allowing the earth's energy to constantly renew. And when you're ready, I invite you to bring your hands to heart center. Taking a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes or refocus your gaze as we prepare for our sequence on rest. And we'll begin in Hero's Pose. If Hero's Pose is uncomfortable for you, you are more than welcome, and I highly encourage you to use a pillow, a bolster, a couple of pillows, to just allow yourself a little bit of height as you come on to your knees, sitting back towards your feet, hands remaining on your thighs. In this practice, we are focusing on actively choosing to rest and looking for and being open for any sensations, thoughts, emotions, or shadows that surface as we actively choose to rest our mind, body, and spirit. In Hero's Pose, we're focused on slowing down, giving ourselves permission to take this time to rest, to see what comes up for us in this state. And on your next inhale, we'll shift our weight over so that our feet are together and our knees are together. And if you'd like, you can always use a prop to go under your hips, just to give yourself a little bit more space so that you can keep that spine nice and straight. We'll begin by putting our hands together on our left knee. Looking to find stillness. Giving ourselves permission to find stillness. Bringing our arms around, giving ourselves a little bit of self-love in the form of a self-hug. Allowing your physical body and your mental mind to understand that it has permission to choose to rest at any time. That rest has a purpose. On your next breath, unwinding and shifting over to the right. Again, feel free to use a pillow under your hips, pillow or blanket. Help give you a little bit more space. Bringing our hands over onto our right leg. Allowing ourselves to be vulnerable in this moment with ourselves. Opening ourselves up to any sensations, thoughts, or emotions, or shadows, potential shadows that may come up during this practice. Bringing arms opposite in that self-hug once more. Actively giving yourself permission to slow down, to find that stillness, to find that rest. On your next inhale, bringing arms back to neutral, moving any props that you have as we plant our hands and shift our weight back, laying down onto our mat, coming into crocodile breath. And here, if you'd like, you can rest your forehead on your mat, or you can put a blanket or a small pillow under your forehead. Whatever you need to feel comfortable as you settle in to your crocodile pose. And I encourage you to turn your attention inward, opening yourself up to any sensations that you may be feeling in this moment with regards to this slowing down, stillness, and rest that you are experiencing. Breathing in deep through your abdomen. Focusing on any sensations that begin to trickle up from deep within inside of you. Noticing the location of any deep-seated unrest, nervous, chaotic energy. And then drawing your attention to that location. Actively listening for any messages that that location in your body has to share with you today. Planting our hands with our elbows on either side of our chest, lifting up our heart chakra, spreading our fingers wide, coming into Sphinx pose. And the purpose of this practice today is to allow your body to rest and to notice any sensations that you feel in your body, any emotions or thoughts that come to the surface when you actively choose to slow down and be present in the stillness and the silence. I invite you now to draw your hands back to either side of your chest, lowering back down to your mat as we tuck our toes and slowly lift our chest and our lower body off the mat, shifting our hips toward the back of the room, coming into child's pose, stretching the arms out in front of us if you so choose. You are always welcome to place a bolster or a pillow underneath your torso and abdomen, or a pillow under your head. Whatever you need to allow you to melt into the pose a little bit deeper. Lifting the tailbone, coming back through center, adjusting your hips and knees as we slowly shift back down, coming back to the front of our mat as we prepare for crocodile breath once more. Releasing our hands. Using our intuition to be open to any messages, any sensations, thoughts, or emotions that are bubbling to the surface. Noticing what this rest and static movement brings up for us. And plant our hands on either side of our chest as we slowly roll onto our back. I'm going to bring our legs out wide if possible, and our arms out wide for reclined star pose, opening up our chest. If you're experiencing any sensations, thoughts, or energies popping up at this time in this practice, look at them with objective curiosity, peeling back the layers for the root cause below. What shadows lie beneath those sensations, thoughts, and energy. Noticing if these restorative poses come naturally to you, if they're easy and comforting, or if they stir up uneasy energy, feelings of unproductivity, feelings of wasted time, feelings of being a failure for not moving. And drawing our hands back toward the center of our body. Lift our feet, tenting them, walking the feet out to the width of your mat, bringing knees together in reconstructive rest pose. Noticing if we are actively able to rest, or if we only feel safe, secure, productive, worthwhile if we're in motion. Rest avoidance can be a trauma response. You need to constantly be going, constantly moving, constantly going places, constantly running. Noticing if you do have those sensations, if it stems from a place of uneasiness and stillness, or if it stems from a deep need and drive, motivation. There is no wrong answer with regards to your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your energies. They are yours and they are completely valid. Walk our feet back to the center as we extend our arms out to either side, moving any props that might be beside you, shifting our hips to the left, melt the knees To the right, look over, left shoulder, recline side twist. And turn head to neutral, lift knees back to center, shift hips to the right, melt knees to the left, looking over right shoulder, reversing the side twist. Head returns center, knees, feet, hips. And if you happen to have blocks or blankets next to you, you can either place them under your knees as we move our feet together, opening up our hips into reclined butterfly, bringing arms slightly closer to the body. Opening up our root chakra and our sacral chakra. Two of the chakras that tend to have the most trapped energy, shadows and traumas, allowing them to filter up toward our awareness. We bring our shadows and our traumas into our consciousness by being open to the experiences, by being honest and authentic with ourselves. And being willing to see whatever comes to the surface without judgment or attachment to the outcome. Slowly lift the knees together, readjusting feet on the mat. As we return once more to reclined star pose, with our arms and legs outstretched. Return the arms and legs back to parallel with your mat as we slowly lift our feet into the air, raising them above our heads. If this is uncomfortable, you can always put a blanket, a bolster, or a pillow under your feet to help lift your legs above your heart. And slowly releasing the legs down as you settle into your Shavasana, whether that's in traditional Shavasana or on your side or making use of props, whatever you need to feel secure, safe, and comfortable as we settle in to our final resting pose and begin to incorporate our shadow work and our yogic work into our mind, body, and spirit. I invite you to either close your eyes or soften your gaze, turning your attention inward, focusing on your breath. Feeling your breath as it comes into your nose, down through your chest, settling in your belly before it returns to the space around you. I encourage you now to turn your focus in a little deeper and a little lower down toward your root and sacral chakras, maybe even your solar plexus chakra. Focusing on one of the sensations, thoughts, or emotions, or energetic feelings that you experienced in your practice today. Holding that message in your hands, following it down into your body, settling your attention and focus where that message's origin lies. And as you hold it in your hands, I encourage you to view that message as a flower, tightly closed, unable to see its true form. And as you focus on it and gaze upon the bud in your hand, the message begins to slowly bloom and open, revealing the truth that lies beneath the surface. Opening the true root of that message up to you, in your awareness. Listening closely for a word or phrase that it has for you. Whispering quietly. Hearing the message again, a little bit louder now. Hearing it one more time. Feeling what that message means to you in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit. And then imagine slowly drawing that flower message up toward your heart chakra. And placing your hands on your chest. Allowing that sensation, thought, emotion, energy, message to absorb into your hands. Your hand chakras are all about output, helping you convert messages, energies, thoughts, prayers, shadows into reality, if you so choose to do that. And then moving your hands outward in front of you as if you were offering yourself the gift of rest and stillness whenever you need it. Releasing that message out into the world as if they were petals on the wind. And bringing your hands back into your lap as we return our attention back to our breath, back to the present, back to ourselves. And then when you're ready, I invite you to roll onto your side if you have been laying on your back as we prepare to leave Shavasana and re-emerge into the world. And at your own pace, I invite you to meet at the top of your mat in easy pose with your hands at your heart center. And you can open your eyes or refocus your gaze when you're ready. Taking a few last breaths, grounding yourself in the present. I want to thank everyone for coming here today, for exploring this idea of actively choosing rest and giving ourselves permission to reset and exploring what that feels like within ourselves. The flame and the shadows within me recognize and honor the light and the darkness within you. Namaste. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.